What it be's like, yo, it's your boy Dro, coming at you live and direct from the battle booth. Today I wanted to real quick speculate. Let's speculate, right? So we all know that Brizz Rawsteen just recently canceled, he called out sick on Murder Mook, SMX, he called out sick. On top of that, there's a lot going around saying that Brizz Rawsteen has also retired from battle rap. Like retired, like as in not only not battling Mook, but not battling anymore in the future. Now, I have a couple of ideas as to what it is that's going on, right? The reason I have this specific idea as to what's going on is because we have to remember that URL is now working with caffeine, right? Caffeine being a bigger business, you know what I'm saying, and being more business-minded and being, you know, by the book and shit like that. So we have to keep that in mind, right, while we're trying to figure out what's going on. Now, a lot of people seem to think, right, a lot of people seem to have this idea that Brizz Rawsteen canceled either because he was afraid of what Mook was going to say about his cousin. I'm playing devil's advocate here. I don't believe any of these things. I'm going to tell you at the end what it is that I believe is going on. People believe that Brizz is afraid of what Murder Mook might say about maybe his cousin that recently passed. Rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? Zay, I believe was his name. He's just afraid of what might happen as far as like physically maybe outside. Like a lot of people have these ideas that refer back to Brizz being somewhat afraid, I guess, of coming out and Murder Mook, you know, putting fear in his heart or whatever the case is. Which is very interesting. It is a very interesting idea, like, or thing to believe. I think that's very interesting. The reason I don't think that's accurate or correct, though, is because we have to think about this, right? Brizz Rawsteen signed the contract. He signed it. He agreed. There was one point where he agreed to have this verbal fight with Murder Mook. There was a point where he signed and said, okay, I'm going to do this, right? And that was after Brizz Rawsteen's cousin had, well after Brizz Rawsteen's cousin has passed and all these things went down. So Brizz Rawsteen knows in his head that these are all things that can be talked about, right? But still signed the contract. But he still signed the contract. That alone right there tells me that that's not the reason that Brizz backed out of this battle. Brizz understood and realized already when he signed the contract what the possibility of what was going to be talked about was. It's battle rap. Nothing is off limits. Brizz talked about Mook's mom. I'm positive and I can almost guarantee that Brizz was expecting a world of hurt. Even though Murder Mook said he wasn't going to bring up his cousin, still, if I was Brizz, I would be expecting the absolute worst from Murder Mook. Because Murder Mook is that type of guy. He can go there, right? But Brizz still signed the contract. So off rip, that tells me that's not what it was. It's not like Brizz was scared of what he was going to say. It's not like Brizz was afraid that he was going to talk about his cousin. It's none of that. It's none of that. And then also what tells me that that's not the case is that Brizz is retired. Like, is not coming back to battle rap, which means he didn't not only duck Murder Mook, but he's not coming back to battle rap. Which means to me that it's something way bigger that goes beyond what it is that people think it is. Like, as far as Brizz was afraid that Mook was going to talk about some shit that he didn't want him to talk about, or nah, that's not it. Brizz has thick skin. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these battlers have thick skin. That's not it. That's not it. That wouldn't be reason enough to retire from battle rap. To retire. Maybe that'd be reason enough to duck a battle, but not enough reason to retire from battle rap. Now, the reason I emphasize retire from battle rap is because if somebody retires from anything, or whatever the case is, retiring is a big thing. That means you're not coming back, right? Why would Brizz not be coming back to battle rap at all? And not just to battle Mook? Like, why would he? If the reason was that Brizz didn't want to battle Mook because of what Mook might say, then Brizz would have just ducked the Mook battle and not quit battle rap as a whole. Right? Think about this. If that was the reason, Brizz simply could have just ducked the Mook battle. But he's retiring from battle rap. I'm getting somewhere with this. Trust me, I'm getting somewhere with this. So he's calling it quits. He's calling it quits. And here's what I think. Here's why I think he's calling it quits. Here's why I think he's calling it quits. Now, keep in mind, this is a business, right? Keep in mind, this is a business. Brizz has been sitting out for about a year, right? Within that year, URL merged with Caffeine, right? Brizz wasn't around. Brizz is not around. So Brizz is almost a stranger to Caffeine, right? URL and Caffeine want to make this battle happen, right? So they do what they got to do. They reach out to the potential battlers, Brizz Rawsteen, Murder Mook. We talk, we make negotiations. We end up creating contracts, right? We got a contract now. You agree to this, Mook agreed to this. Brizz agreed to this, Mook agreed to this. You know what I'm saying? Cool. Within that time, right? Within that time, Brizz somehow became informed, right? Maybe on how much it is that Caffeine and URL are actually paying battlers, right? Are actually paying, and not even just battlers, but somebody like Murder Mook. Some way, somehow, Brizz was most likely made aware of some specific things in a contract. Maybe what he's getting paid, maybe what he has to do. Maybe he didn't know that he was locked in for like 3 battles or something like that. Maybe something in the contract, I feel like within that time frame, somebody either pointed out or Brizz realized, whoa, I'm getting fucking played here. I'm getting played here. I need more money or I need to renegotiate because this is a big battle. Think about it. Brizz knows this is a big battle. He knows this is the probably potentially the biggest battle. So Brizz realized that. Brizz probably tried to renegotiate, right? A contract, what he's getting paid, because I'm sure he's not getting paid anything near what Mook is getting paid. And again, this is what I'm thinking it's coming down to. It's strictly business. It's like, whoa, you guys are trying to fuck me in a contract, but are paying Murder Mook, what, maybe 100,000, maybe 75 racks or something. I don't know what it is. The renegotiations failed. He couldn't get any more money. URL saying, this is a legally binding contract. We cannot change the amount you're going to get paid. We can't. And Brizz calls it quits. To me, that makes more sense than anything else. To me, that really, because business is business. That's one of the most important things in this world is the business. I highly doubt that Brizz is scared to show up because of what Mook might say. Brizz is not a punk, and I'm playing devil's advocate here. You know what I'm saying? I like both of these guys. I'm just trying to think of what could possibly be, what it could be, because you've retired permanently from battle rap. That means there's something way bigger, bro. Like, that means, because if it was me, I'll tell you right now, if I found out in a contract that I was being played, you know what I'm saying? That somebody was making this much money, and I'm only getting paid this much, but we're doing the same thing. It's the same event, same battle, same. Nah, I'm not rolling with that. I'm not rolling with that. You got to keep it real with yourself too. Like, would you, like, if you found out you were part of the biggest battle in URL history, and you found out somehow that your opponent is making 10 times more than you, you know what I'm saying? Are you going to be happy? Are you going to do it? Or are you going to try to reach out, renegotiate, you know what I'm saying? See what you can do, see if you can get more money. And if you can't, say fuck it. Like, I honestly, legitimately believe that it has something to do with business. I do not think this has anything to do with Brizz being scared at all. I don't think this has to do with Mook bringing up, you know, his deceased cousin, rest in peace. It doesn't have to do with that. It doesn't have to do with that. Also, Brizz Rawsteen posted an Instagram picture. This was very interesting too. Brizz Rawsteen made a post on Instagram. It was a picture of Tupac, right? It was a picture of Tupac where he was wilding out and shit. And the caption was something, it says something like, when somebody tries to act like I owe him something, or something like that. That was a response to what's going on. Brizz posted an Instagram post of Tupac in a specific situation where he was like wilding and shit. And he put the caption, you know what I'm saying, where somebody tries to tell me that I owe him something. That's what also makes me think that this has to do with business, bro. Because, all right, what is Brizz trying to say with that? What is he trying to say with that? I think he's trying to say that URL, Smack, and Beasley are trying to tell Brizz that Brizz owes them. Brizz, you owe us for what you did, for that shit that happened. You owe us, which also goes back to money. We can't pay you more money because you owe us. I'm not just saying this. Go to his Instagram. He posted this shit. He said, look at my... Bad people were under in the comment section asking, yo, what happened? Why you not battling? Blah, blah, blah. He's like, look at the picture and read the caption and then delete and then block me. That's his response to the situation. His caption was when they try to say like I owe him some. So basically what Brizz is saying is that somebody's trying to tell Brizz that Brizz owes them something. The only people that could be doing that is URL. Those are the only people that can be telling Brizz that Brizz owes them something for what happened. And Brizz made that Instagram post saying that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not random. That actually happened. That actually happened. You can go on Brizz's Instagram and see right now what his response is to what's going on. It's a picture of Tupac, you know what I'm saying? And then under it says, when a motherfucker trying to say that I own some. That tells me that this is just business. This is business. This is going beyond Mook and Brizz. This is business, yo. This is about money. This is about, bro, you're trying to fuck me over. You're trying to play me. You're not trying to break me off. You know what I'm saying? I sat out for a year for this battle, and you guys are trying to pay me this much. Somebody made a joke online. It was like, oh, he probably found out that he was getting a pack of Newports and a 40, you know what I'm saying, compared to Murder Mook's 100 grand. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, that's a real thing. I really believe that this is what's going on right now, man. So what I believe right now, we're in a situation where Brizz can still battle. He can still take the battle because they have a binding contract right now. Right now, there is a binding contract that says Brizz is going to battle on SMX. Regardless of whether he says he's retired, there's a contract right now that says, so Brizz could wake up tomorrow and be like, yo, we battling. Because it's a binding contract. And I fear that if Brizz actually breaks that contract, he is not going to be welcomed back onto the URL platform at all. At all. At all. Because you broke contract. Contracts are legally binding. You can be sued. They can sue you, man. They can fucking take you to court and sue you, bro. Like, oh, man, this could get pretty bad, bro. But I'm saying, like, this is exactly why I think this shit is going down. You don't have to believe me. Nobody has to believe me. That's just my I'm just speculating here. That's just what makes the most sense out of everything. We know Brizz. Brizz is not a softie. Brizz always comes aggressive, you know what I'm saying, dangerous, ready to fuck something up. Brizz is not the type to sit there and back up because of what somebody might say. Nah, son. When you're your own boss and you realize what's going on as far as business-wise, people will make decisions like this, bro. If you realize that you're getting played out of maybe tens of thousands of dollars, yeah, you would do this too. This is the only logical explanation that I can think of when it comes to this situation. Nothing else makes sense. Nothing else makes sense. But if you guys think something else is popping off, man, if you guys think of something else, let me know in the comments. I'm just speculating over here, man. If you ain't subscribed to the motherfucking Battle Booth.